We are back to talk about Online Survival 4 here with Meg and Mike. No Alex tonight. Aspen's up in the air. But how are you two doing?
Good.
Good. Yeah.
Well,
No, it's
go ahead, Mike.
like football season soon, so I'm living my best life.
That's true. I don't know if I'm happy about it or not. Because then I got to watch it every fucking week. Well, per usual, who wants to start with their ups or downs, either one or both?
I'll start. My up and my biggest up, maybe the biggest jump in a while. Riazzo, pretty.
Same.
I mean, it's not super. I mean, it's self-explanatory if you watch the episode. Like he went from like I might have had him as a down recently. I don't remember, but like he went from like barely paying attention, barely in the game, and then like he didn't show up to make a decision, and like it turned out probably to be the best thing for his game. Because oh my god, like he came out swinging and like fit right in, and they're all like, "Oh my god, I love Riazzo so much," and then he like is like immediately like, "Yeah, me and Mary are in the middle between these two duos," and I'm like, how did you figure out what actually looks like it's happening so fast? So like, huge props to him. My other up was between two people. It was between Ashley and Rita, but having to pick just one, I'm just gonna say Ashley for this week. I really liked a lot of the things she did, and she got in that little one-on-one and just like sank the dagger into Typhon to make sure that he didn't come back into the game. And then for my downs, I have Darstar and I would say Emily. I remember now. Yeah, Darstar and Emily. Emily for blabbing about her advantage. Like I understand. Like yes, the moment was right. In that you were getting information, but like you don't have to give information because you're getting information. You already got that information. Like I don't think it's gonna work out for her long term. I thought it was. I cringed. I didn't cringe. Like it was embarrassing. It was just like, oh yeah, this is gonna bite her. This is her downfall. Like I just saw it start. And then Darstar just it doesn't seem like the mistake as Riazzo came into the room was like pretty bad. And that and just seems like he's not likely to prevail right now. Big fall from where he was at last week.
How about you, Meg?
Same. I had Riazzo like way up. I loved the way he played this week. I like that he told them that he decided to join their team instead of being like, oh, I automatically got put here or I got chosen to come over. It was his choice. And we really saw more of his personality. He seemed to read the room really well. So I liked that a lot. I think he's in a good spot over there. There's a lot of cracks on Vigilantes to weasel your way in. So I think he'll do well. Down for me this week was Jason. I did not like when he kind of like spoke for the group when Typhon came in and he was like, basically like, listen, this is how it's going to go. And was like, this is how it runs over here and this is how we're going to do things. I didn't appreciate that. And I think with this new tribe swap thing, depending on who he gets mixed with, I don't think that his personality will fare well.
So you don't like Jason leading as a leader?
No.
Or it's just the way he did it.
So much of a leader. I just like don't like that he spoke for everybody. It wasn't like, well, we really want to be a crew, a whole group and like welcome to the team, like the more the merrier, which is what he like should have done. Instead, he was like, we collectively, this is how it's gonna go.
Hello, Aspen.
Hello. What's up, y'all?
We're right in our ups and downs. Do you want to throw in your ups and downs?
Wait, what y'all say?
Riazzo was the big up. There was a bunch of different downs, really.
Yep. Riazzo definitely that boy came from the bottom. He did. He suckered them and he got a bunch of information on his first little day in and he didn't even have to do nothing. He just chilling. So props to him. Down I don't know, man. Susan is like losing it for me. I'm like, she hanging on by a thread.
Well, I guess we'll get there. Let's not talk too much about Susan yet. We are going to go into Legends first, and Typhon joining the team. How do you think Typhon approached this new team? Was it obviously it wasn't good enough, but how did you like his approach?
You know, I'll jump up to his defense because I was excited to see what he would do in this episode, and it was the last episode we'll see of him. But I don't necessarily think he did too much wrong, really, in either group. I mean, he threw out like one too many names on his old tribe, but he made such a negative impression there that Abigail sort of stepped in and made sure that they would target Typhon over on this tribe too. I don't really know that there was much he could have done, if anything, to work his way out of the situation once he was voted out after losing at least this challenge.
You sound like Muggsy. Who's Abigail?
Oh,
Ashley.
Ashley.
I know.
Oh my goodness.
Muggsy's rubbing off on you.
Yes.
There was a debate in the chat last night, a little debate about should Typhon have been more like his old self in this tribe and throwing out Susan more as a target the whole time?
You know, I think that had the tribe lost, he was going to go regardless. The team has a very like cleaners type vibe about them. And their biggest crack is Susan, and that crack is not very big. So I think regardless of how he came in and played, he was going to be the easy one, the easy vote out, unless something drastic happened, which wasn't going to really. But I mean, he came in and the way he was like immediately spilling all the tea, right, about like his old tribe. And then when Ashley talked to Rita, it just confirmed, like, it made it so much more obvious that what Ashley was saying was kind of the way it was, because he did come in and just immediately start throwing everybody over there under the bus.
Aspen, how did you like Typhon's approach? Or not?
What's funny is, I don't know. I honestly kind of felt bad for him because I was like, wait, was he doing it that hard? Like, I feel like Ashley kind of was, she went in like, he was doing this and like acting like he was a savage. And I just felt like he was like, I'm like, he might have played a little bit too hard, but I don't feel like he like pulled no Mike shit, you know, like.
What do you mean by Mike shit?
Just, you know, shit Mike be doing when he come in and play too hard.
Oh man, you know, I did see like I sat there in his first episode when he kind of was like starting his stuff, and I was like, this is totally something I would do, and like I don't think it's smart, and it's really really easy to say with hindsight, but like 100% get why that was the approach that he took.
Now, Aspen, should Susan have volunteered to play in this challenge like Jason thinks?
Yes, she should have stepped up and took one for the team and showed that she not dead weight. And,
Even though it was a video game challenge, though?
Well, you know what? Honestly, but she seemed like she be sitting at home like playing like Candy Crush and shit. So like, I don't know. To me, I was just like, when are you going to prove yourself, Susan? When are you going to come in the clutch for the team?
You know, there was one part where I really liked Susan, and I wrote, like, Susan's kind of growing on me. And then she, like, flipped a switch and started throwing Emily under the bus, like, hardcore to Typhon. But I don't think she realized that she was doing that. But everything she was saying about her, I was like, oh, my God, this is exactly what Emily doesn't want this kid to know. And she's oblivious.
Mike, where do you stand with the Susan Jason situation?
I think it would have been real dumb to get rid of Susan. Like, she hasn't shown any intentional disloyalty that, you know, she, like, I like, do we think Susan's gonna just flip to the other tribe like that, like out of nowhere? I doubt it. I think she, now that we're in a swap, can actually get pretty far though, because like she's no longer on the bottom of a tribe by default, and like she's probably not going to be prioritized for a little while. She might actually make a pretty deep run. And also, like, I'm with I think I'm with Aspen, where like she could totally have done the little app game thing, like, you know,
There's no skill involved.
yeah, it's it's not, it's not like you're asking them to boot up like Call of Duty Warzone and win a game or something. It's like
Exactly.
moving little dots on the screen.
Exactly. Like, come on, you gonna have to do a little something. I mean, I think she good right now, but I think if they lose again, they gonna start looking at her. It's one, if she didn't play, and two, if she played and she did a bad job.
I mean, I will say that game specifically is from the AARP website, so Susan might have been able to do decent on that.
No way.
It really is from the website. That's the website I use for that game.
And they calling me the bad guy for calling her old.
She has less technical difficulties figuring out like StreamYard, Zoom, whatever the variety, like than some very younger players that we've dealt with in previous seasons. So like, no way she can't figure out a video game. Like, give her some credit.
Now, Meg, you said Susan was kind of throwing Emily under the bus in this episode, but Emily was kind of doing the same with Susan, throwing her name as like the decoy target. How did you feel about that?
Sure, no, it's a good decoy. If you're thinking like Emily, where, okay, yeah, let's vote Typhon, but what happens if he came over here with some sort of advantage? You know, what's our play? And if Typhon wasn't there, Susan would have been the one out, right? She's on the bottom. So I think it was a smart move for her, and it didn't end up having to work that way. It was one vote on Susan. So if Typhon did pull something out of his pocket, she would have been the one to go and Emily would have been good. But I wouldn't have put Emily down as far. I wouldn't have put her on my down list like Mike did. But when she was talking about her advantage with Rita, I was like, come on, girl, what are we doing?
And Rita didn't even say she had an advantage either.
Well, Rita said she said she got an advantage, but I think she meant by talking to somebody on the other team. But noticed
Rita didn't tell her advantage though, did she?
No, but she confirmed that she had one, or I guess knew that there was the opportunity to get one.
She kind of like laughed and was like, yeah, haha, or like something like that when it was like, you know what I'm talking about. And Rita was like, yeah. And then they just like moved on from that.
Yeah.
And Emily's like, I got an immunity item.
Yeah, immediately off the bat.
Yeah.
And Idol good till the final four, but she didn't say. But like, man, do you know how good that is if that's secret? You know how good that is?
Well, I think from her perspective, she was like, well, Rita got to talk with somebody else, so she
thought Rita was going to tell her more.
I have an advantage, so might as well not try to hide it because it's obvious that she got something.
I mean, I will say Emily did say specifically in the first episode she wants to play tight-lipped, but I wouldn't consider that tight-lipped.
No,
it's loose lip, and it's going to sink her damn ship.
But it's not like she told everybody about her advantage. Plus, her and Rita have so far been working pretty closely together. So while I don't agree with her telling Rita about the advantage, I think from her perspective, she felt better safe than sorry. Let her know up front what I have because she already knows I got something. So if I lie about it or try to hide it, maybe that puts bad blood.
Did she say before this conversation that she had a conversation with someone from another tribe? Was that something that she had said? I don't remember.
I think this is the first time I've heard.
This is the first time I think that she ever brought it up. So like,
you don't
know
Emily didn't say to Rita about her advantage until Rita said that she also talked to somebody.
Yeah, but like Rita didn't know who else in the tribe, if anybody that's still there got a chance to talk to anybody on the other tribe.
Emily told her though.
Yeah. I mean, once you tell her that much, you're right. But like, that was like 10 seconds before she told her she had the idol. So I don't know. I just like, you went from essentially having 0 reasons to betray your ally to having like one really good reason if you're playing like a certain kind of game.
It could go both ways. Didn't Days do something like this with Monet in one of our games where he was like, I know you got something, you know I got something, let's just not tell anybody about it. I mean, they didn't go as far to have that conversation about keeping it secret, but yeah.
Yeah, no, that's about right. And
I feel like Rita would tell somebody else.
Maybe.
She give that vibe.
I don't think not
Rita's
quite
giving out
yet.
a lot of info to like a lot of people. Like,
Rita
all
knows
over the
everything
place.
that's going on in this game on both.
And she's telling it all. Like, I don't know that Rita is going to betray Emily. However, there are a lot of players who will take that opportunity later down the road. I don't know that Rita's one of them, but like the odds that she either is or that she tells someone who is are pretty high.
I think she'll use the information should her name be on the block and she needs an out. Just to save herself.
I can see that. I can.
I will say there's some advantages you can go ahead and tell, but very few you should. Especially an idol. I feel like you should only tell an idol unless it's like you're gonna use it soon, maybe. Then you're
Yes.
thinking about
Yeah.
using it.
Yeah,
Like,
you can.
yeah.
Go ahead, Mike.
If you're trying to get votes and you have like a vote steal, that's when you tell your allies, hey, I got a vote steal. We can flip the vote right now with this. And like, yeah, if you're planning on playing an idol, and it's like you need someone to vote with you for any reason, whether it's like, I think they're splitting, I need 2 votes instead of just 1 in case someone throws a vote. That's when you tell them, like 30 minutes before the vote. You don't tell them with no pressure on. I don't even know if they knew at that point they were going to tribal. There's no reason. There's no reason.
I mean, I agree. I just don't think that this was a game sinking move for her.
I mean, I don't think it's gonna sink her game yet, but I think it's definitely something that's gonna come back into play, and she gonna wish she would have shut her ass up.
Yeah, but she also knows that Rita has an advantage too. She doesn't know quite what, but she knows Rita's got something, so she could use
True.
that info too.
But Rita's advantage is trash compared to Emily's, honestly. Like,
Yeah, what does she have?
I don't even know. Switch your vote.
Oh,
Send
she had
somebody
the
out.
one
She
that I
can take
had.
herself out of
She can
tribal.
leave tribal.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, Meg, how do you feel about the safety without power advantage since you have used it before?
Yeah, and it kind of bit me in the ass because when I think it was the right move for me to use mine in that moment. If I would have stayed, I would have been gone. But I think it rubbed my team the wrong way because by me leaving them, that put them more in the hot seat than me. But every man for himself when you're up on the
Exactly.
block, you know?
It's a very selfish advantage, so you have to, use it to save yourself, but make sure you don't piss off your allies in the process.
Yeah.
Is this the one that can also be used offensively? Like you can send someone else out?
No, she didn't choose that
Okay.
one. She chose the
Okay,
one.
okay.
Yeah.
Why'd you change the name of it? Because the first couple of times it was the Vanish and then it was
I was a typo. It was supposed to be banished the
Oh.
whole time. It was
oh, okay. Well, it worked.
Yeah. Lastly, on this tribe, Dom, he's still under the radar. We don't talk about him often. How y'all feeling about Dom?
I put him up a few episodes ago. Like I still think he's like one of the smarter players on the game, and I think that a swap is going to be good for him. I mean, like there's nothing wrong with playing an under the radar game, like especially going into a swap, and you're going to have potentially surrounded with big personalities. Like you just kind of want to be like a generally likable. Like you need to be smart enough to make the right decision at the right time. That's really what a lot of the game is. Like I think he's probably going to do well, but anyone can get swap screwed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Did
kind of remind me of me. I like how he just kind of chilling. You know,
I can see that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I could see that too. Well, maybe not little brother, but in other games, you're right.
That doesn't count. That was
That's
very
was
atypical.
messy.
that does not count.
Did you all like Dom sort of kind of making Typhon play in this challenge to prove himself?
No, I think it's the move.
As you
If you want to get rid of him, which it kind of seemed like you did, like you have a way to scapegoat him, and if he wins the challenge for you, there you go. That's your 2 options.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts on Legends?
One comment on Jason, because I brought it up last episode. He says this episode, Rita, I wanted you to make the decision. Like, you got to be kidding me.
She was
No,
like,
you
"Oh, I didn't hear you," because he never
Yeah.
said it.
Yeah, that I almost put him down again this week just for that, but I'm not that ridiculous. But like, I saw that. You're full of crap.
All right, let's move on to the other team. And Riazo, we talked about a lot at the beginning. He comes hot into this tribe. Way better spot because he was kind of at the bottom of his other tribe, and this tribe has so many cracks, as was mentioned by Meg. What did you like best about Riazo's transition here?
I like that he showed up.
Fair.
Well, he really showed up, though. I feel like he really showed us that he can play and he understands the game.
Mm-hmm.
I like that he did not come in just like bad mouthing his whole tribe. Now, granted, he didn't just get voted out with them, but like he planted seeds on 2 people, but like he didn't just come in going, "Oh my God, they're all so scary. We need to get all of them out. They're all gonna win the game." Like, nah, he was just like, "Yeah, it was mostly chill." Like, I think that's the right thing to do because if you're sitting around bad mouthing 10 people to me, I'm like, well, I'm the 11th person. You're gonna go bad mouth me to those 10 people.
Did he choose the right ones in Rita and Jason to plant seeds?
I mean, he picked like the duo that I was like, oh, they're controlling that tribe. Like he just like he clocked them. He clocked like the divisions in the tribe he went to accurately. Like the game sense came out of nowhere, but like he feels like he knows what's going on.
That boy grew up. He must have had a birthday or something. He got a chin hair. He got a chest hair. He must have took a shot of Henny. No.
I feel bad, though, because he was kind of bad mouthing Rita, but then when Rita and Ashley were in the conversation and she asked her about Riazo, she could have easily been like, he didn't show up for chats and he was playing basketball and like he was unreliable, but instead she was like, he's great, like great guy. Like
she did.
That was cool on her.
Mike, you put Ashley up. I think there was a comment that they thought Ashley was giving away too much information. Do you think so?
I feel like it was the right information, and like, let's be honest, he's gonna find out. This is not going to stay secret. This is one of those things, like the outcome of a vote and like the rough reasons of why the vote went the way it did, that's gonna come out. If it's me, I want that information to come from me if I do think I have interest in building something with the new person. And like I think it was smart of her to do that, personally. And like I don't think it's gonna blow back on her too negatively anytime soon. I mean, we see people on other tribes going like, I wish he was on my tribe. Like that's about as good a sign as you can get.
Who said that?
Rita.
Rita.
Oh. I don't know. I ain't gonna lie. I might be by myself on this, but Ashley went down a couple notches in my book. I don't know. She just was like, how she playing is kind of like cringe to me almost. It's like, dang, girl, you was doing so good. But I feel like now that she done was on the right side of the vote with Typhon, she now is like, I'm the big dog, you know? Like, I'm just like, girl, calm down and be that little chihuahua.
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't know. Am I wrong? Meg,
I mean,
you with me?
No, I mean, yes and no. So I feel like I agree with Mike. I think it was important for her to have that conversation with Riazo and explain to him kind of like what went down with the vote. And Mary happened to be in that chat too, which was also good for Ashley because she did have to save her ass and save face with Mary because Mary was left out of the vote. But did she then need to go through that whole freaking spiel in every single conversation she had with every member of her team? No. It did not need. She was doing way too much talking. There was a lot of talking about how we were going to do Muggsy and we'll get Muggsy next time. Don't even say the name. They all know. They were there. They know what went down. Keep it out of your mouth because if Muggsy finds out that information, or Bugsy, as Riazo likes to call her, which I thought was hilarious. Like, you don't want that getting back to Muggsy because right now I think, she's trying too hard to get on Muggsy's good side.
No, we're only calling her Thugsy from now on.
No, Bugsy. But Bugsy is also good.
Mike, you look like you have something you want to say.
I mean, if you voted with 3 other people, why not tell them what's going on, kind of sort of like introduce the new person that you're sharing the info with them. And then like the person that was left out of the vote, she was trying to smooth over with Mary. Like what else was she supposed to do but talk about the vote, share the info, reaffirm or build connection. Like, I didn't really see too much wrong with it.
I
People
agree,
like
but
to
why
share
did she
info
have
a
to have
lot.
that repeat conversation with Tabitha?
Yeah, she just was doing too much. She was going into it too much.
Because Tabitha will go with whoever talked to her most recently. So if you get a chance to talk to Tabitha, you should just talk to Tabitha.
Yeah, I take back about Tabitha being my spirit animal. I do not think we're the same.
Why do you say that?
I don't think she's a very good player. No, I mean, I'm not saying that I'm a great player, but like I just
Nah,
don't,
talk your shit, Meg. Talk your
I don't
shit.
like she flipped way too fast. I think she's just like a sheep right now, but she thinks that she's leading and she's not.
She's being a Didi.
Well, that might end up great for Tabitha's game.
Yeah, Dee won.
No, I kind of agree with Meg. I'm like, girl, you looking way too wishy-washy, and it's looking like you just gonna go with the win, and whoever talked with you the most or most recently, like Mike just said, and it's giving real like, should you be next?
Yeah, and she always has this look on her face like she doesn't know what's going on, and that's just kind of annoying.
But then she got that like weird smile where it's like,
All right, come on. I mean,
Like-
just from a game, it's like Typhon was her number one, and then
which was a bad choice.
she gets told, hey, Typhon's sneaky, and she goes, Typhon's sneaky. I never realized that. We got to get him out, and then they get Typhon out, and she's like, okay, cool. Typhon's gone. I feel so much better now. He was sneaky. Like it was comedic. I don't think she's a terrible player or anything. She doesn't really annoy me, but like
I don't think she's terrible.
she's not a terrible
something
person, but
different from her.
she's not playing the greatest right now. It's like,
Yeah. I agree.
what are you doing?
Swap though. Swap's going to change the game. She could find herself in an actual alliance, maybe.
With who?
She just gonna flip.
And then team up with Susan.
Gonna have to. Literally gonna have to.
There you go. There's the power couple. We figured it out. All the outcasts.
Susan and Tabitha. I'll be down.
Well, let's touch upon the Dar situation where he says we have a problem right as Riazzo is coming in and then doesn't make a save at all. He could have at least tried to make a save. That what he was really talking about wasn't Riazzo. But
I know, I would have totally flipped him and like, we have a problem. What are we going to say to Mary? She was left out of the vote, you know?
yeah, exactly.
That's smart. That's smart. I was thinking about that. Didn't even occur to me as a good way to save it.
Do you think Riazzo played that well?
100%.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
about the whole bitch comment that Riazzo seemed to not like either?
Wait, what?
I don't
What
like
happened?
it either.
I didn't like that was maybe a bridge too far. Like I'm I was a Muggsy fan last week, but like that's like just one tiptoe over like maybe not.
How are you going to call Mary a bitch?
Who called Mary a bitch? I missed this.
Muggsy.
Because Barry voted against her.
Oh. Thugsy. Mary is too nice now. She ain't even giving bitch.
I
She
know.
don't. She
No.
don't. Muggsy
And I
just
feel like
hate
Muggsy
it.
hasn't had a chance to talk to her about it. Like, you can confront Typhon and say, why don't you like me? Why not confront Mary? Say, why did you vote me? And then if you don't like the answer, I mean, we don't need a name call, but like, it's a little more justified. Like, but like, this just came out of like left field. Like, oh, okay. I mean, it was one vote, and like, did you think you were Miss Popular?
She do though. She do.
Mm-hmm. And I don't think it won her any star points with Riazzo because I think he could see very clearly that these were not people that he really wanted to side with, and not a whole lot of other people want to side with them either, including the other team who already has an opinion about the way she plays, and she just solidified that's how she's going about it. So,
yeah. I mean, I think Muggsy has the ability to be like charming, not in the normal sense, but like, and she was sick in this conversation, but like, this probably wasn't your best foot forward with someone who you're getting a chance to make like a first impression with.
mhm.
I don't think it was wise, and I don't think it's going to work out.
Mm-hmm.
Any other comments on that conversation? How about Dar's position there? Because it was pretty clear to Riazzo that Dar wasn't feeling him.
Yeah, Dar fell off a cliff, like, as in, like, the last episode was essentially, like, a good chunk of it was, like, his decision, him pushing forward, his move. And then, like, he's just kind of fumbling the advantage here. Like, he has a solidified Mary that we've seen. Gets a new chance to solidify a new person. Didn't really do well at all there. Almost arguably made an enemy, and now they're about to go into a swap. So,
Yeah, I think it's great that Riazzo too was like, I'm gonna tell everyone those two are together.
Dar also did get it idled, though. Do you think he'll tell anyone about it?
I don't.
I
think
hope
so.
not. Can someone keep an idol secret like forever until they play it? Like that's the move. Like almost every time.
Has anybody ever done that ever?
I did. I think maybe in season 1. I don't know. I might have told people like 30 minutes before the vote or whatever, but I didn't tell anyone episodes before. I know that.
Dot had one. He didn't even tell me.
Yeah, but he also didn't play it.
Yeah, because he's an idiot.
Went
like, I
home
love
with
you,
it in his pocket.
You should have given it to me to save my ass.
Yeah, that's fair. That would have been a plan. Mike, when people are voting for you, you don't want to call them names?
I probably have. This is why you're probably questioning me. But like, there are names that you can call people. You can be like, you know, you're a game bot. Like, this is a stupid decision. I think you're playing a bad game. Like, that's name calling, arguably. But like, you know, there's you know.
Is it
times and
a line
places.
though? Is it a line? Because in real life, that's some shit that I would say to my friends, like, you little
Yeah,
bitch.
to your friends. Yeah, like I'm with you. I say that like to your friends. That's a different. That's a different dynamic. And there's also a big difference to me in to someone's face or in a group setting that includes them, and behind their back. To me, like I probably have called someone that to their face in the however many seasons I've done this. That's probably I don't know. I don't remember. But like to your face is different in my or if
Oh,
you're there to hear
you
it.
saying she fucked up because she doing it behind her back with other people in the chat.
I think it changes it a little bit, yeah.
But I think it was uncalled for because one vote on what was this their first time going to tribal,
Yeah.
and you had one vote thrown on you by like the shy girl that doesn't talk to anybody, and now all of a sudden she's a bitch. Like, what if I were Monksy? I would be like, who told you to vote for me? Was it just Typhon? Where was this? Like, why was my name the one? Why not Tabitha or Ashley?
Yeah.
Where'd it come from?
True.
Mary didn't come up with that on her own.
Yes. You know.
You gotta get more information. You can't just be like, "Oh, that bitch." Like,
and
there's a different way to say it, right? Like the way that I just said it, it's a little less hard. Like, you know, but she was like, "That bitch," or whatever. How did she say it? It was like kind of aggressive.
She from New York, y'all.
Sure.
Go back to
That's how they
calling
act.
people two-faced. Like two-faced is a fine insult, you know, like call them two-faced, call them shifty. You don't got to call someone like that specifically to me.
Right. Well, do blondes not like brunettes either?
Fair.
Honestly, I would give her more grace if Mary was acting like a bitch, but she actually wasn't. So
Yeah.
Feel protective over Mary.
don't be acting like that because she's soft and weak, Meg.
Man, what about her is weak? She's doing fine. She's about to enter a swap, and again, like I think her position improves for it. Arguably, actually, I think she was in a good position. Forget that; it's probably going to be a wash.
Yeah.
The last thing I have in my notes, even though we already talked about it a lot, is the Rita Ashley conversation. Do you have any more comments on that?
I think it was a good choice by Ashley. But Rita is just really filing away that info and then also spitting it out on the other side.
That was a brutal takedown of Typhon. Like, dude had no shot. Like I really don't know that there was anything he could have done differently after getting voted out. That was
Won.
pretty.
He
pretty
could have
brutal.
won. That's all he could have did. He should have won.
Yes,
Came close.
besides doing better in the challenge.
I will say he did the second best in the challenge. Rita did the worst of the three.
Mm.
I don't think I would have done well in that challenge.
I hate games like that.
Mm.
Well, any predictions you want to make with the tribe swap, or who do you think is going to be in a better position with the swap? Who do you think is going to be in a worse position with the swap?
Well, so you said, did it say that the vigilantes get to choose who the teams are?
They don't get to choose like that. No, it'll still be random. But
Oh.
they get to do the random picking.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I think Susan's position almost certainly improves. Very unlikely, I think, that she gets in a position where she's like almost guaranteed to be the next boot, which is where she was at. I think Rita and Jason on that tribe are probably going to have the most negative effect on their games because Riazzo doesn't seem to be too fond of them and has already told at least one person that. So that can bite one or both of them in the butt.
I think more so Jason because Rita's already made relationship with Ashley. And if Ashley goes back and tells Riazzo that Rita was like talking him up, maybe that relationship can be repaired.
Yeah, Rita definitely in a better spot. I don't know. Rita, it's weird because I feel like she in a great position to win the game right now, but I almost know she ain't gonna win.
In a better spot, so she went from like guaranteed almost top of her tribe and then going into the unknown. You think that that's going to end up better for her?
I think she might have
she's
better
got
spot
the-
than Jason.
She's got the winner's edit right now.
Better
She
than
do.
Jason, yeah, I agree with.
She do. And I feel like she got the ability to make connections better than most that whole team. I mean, she just like her and Ashley was like this. And granted, it probably is because they both a little melanated, but I was just like, dang, girl, she over there like, la, 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 la. Can't stop talking. She want to get all her information out so fast. And Ashley was just soaking
She's
it
gonna
up.
have to watch the like way that she interacts though in the questions. She can't be coming in like with the other players and vigilantes and like hounding them with these
That's
crazy
true.
interview questions like she did her team.
If they're like get to know you interview questions, though, I almost disagree. Like, is it a little like
Sure,
But
but that's
normal?
not what
asking
her
your
questions
strategy is
were.
not get to know you. Like, what kind of strategist are you?
Yeah. Are you a leader or a follower? Like those were the kind of questions she was asking. It's like Muggsy's not gonna fly like that.
But at the same time, people love to talk about themselves, and like I'm not threatened by someone asking me if I see myself as a leader or a follower.
But
Someone
in a
comes in
game
and
like
goes,
this,
"You got an
I
advantage."
wouldn't want people
like,
asking me questions to try to figure out my gameplay. Like if it's like, what do you do? And then you can make your own assumptions. I'm a social worker, so people are automatically going to be like, she's probably good at making connections with other people. Like you can ask questions to find out information without making it so like,
Yeah, exactly. You don't need to be like, are you gonna cut their throat or are you gonna stab him in the back? You know, like that's how she be coming off.
You guys just don't appreciate directness and strategy talk in the way that I do.
I guess not, because motherfucker beat around the bush. Be nice to me. You need to ask about my
I
life
think
first.
it's okay to have direct strategy talk, but she wasn't doing that. She was acting like she was Big Brother HOH and was having individual people come into her bedroom and be like, who do you want me to kick out this week?
Do you think that's what turned Riazzo a little off?
Yeah. He mentioned it, didn't he?
During the conversation, yeah.
It would turn me off for sure.
You
Obviously.
and her would not get along. I could not see y'all working together.
But I
at
think
all.
I could get along with her. I like her. I just don't think that was a good move for her. But I do like Rita.
You think y'all could play together?
She would probably backstab me.
Meg and Rita, no shot. Like, no shot. Knowing Meg from games and what we've seen of Rita, no shot.
Yeah.
Well, you never know. Read a girl. Remember me. We played it.
Remember me.
Any final thoughts?
I'm excited. I'm excited for the switch up.
Yeah, I'm
it's
like getting
a good
into it
time for
now.
a swap.
I enjoyed this episode.
Well, the next one will be. Well, I don't want to say too much. Never mind.
Is there
Yeah.
a big blow
Give
up
us
drama
something. Give us something.
No, I can't give you nothing. I will just say the next few episodes have a lot of strategy. I will say.
Mm.
Okay. Okay. Here for it. Let's go.
All right. Well, I will end on that cliffhanger for this week. Thank you all for joining me.